Hello, greetings, one and all, from a very wet, very damp Magic Kingdom. This is Tony and LPHQ East with Jeremiah, who's actually there in the gray, cloudy sky. What's going on, Jeremiah?
Not much. I'm glad we got you that thesaurus for the 4th of July. That was a
Right?
good use of that. Um, so, yes, we are in Liberty Square since today is the, all patriotic 7th day of July. Sure. Um,
It looks
we,
busier than I saw it over the weekend, but go on.
it is not busy at all. Everything has been walk on. It's been very nice. The clouds, as you pointed out, have definitely brought a damper on the crowds. There have been times where I've walked and I felt like it was a February day where you couldn't find anybody. But anyway, we're starting here in Liberty Square because this is where all the big news has happened. And for the next 3 to 5 years, we will probably be talking about this more than we ever have in the past.
Yeah. So over the weekend, Liberty Square Riverboat, or also called the Liberty Bell, shut down permanently. Tom Sawyer Island shut down permanently as the park gets ready to get rid of the rivers of America. Is the boat even there? It's gone, right?
It is gone. We have not seen or heard of it. Last night I saw it parked there. I saw it dock for the last time, and then that was it. This morning it's gone. We're going to walk around and you'll see some of the walls that have gone up. But overall, if you didn't know that it was closed, you really wouldn't know it was closed. Like, nothing
I
has
saw
changed out
something
there.
in my 20 years of living here. I saw something that I've never seen before on Saturday when I was there. A line to go across the barrel bridge that you could see around the island. So
The barrel bridge, the fourth wasn't even open. No, the third wasn't
okay.
open at all. It was very sad. But thankfully, I did it a few months ago. I knew I was going to say goodbye on a random Thursday with nobody else around.
Yep. I will say that we were in line for the Haunted Mansion, and line is a loose term because there was really nobody there, and we could look out across the river, and you could see the people backed up. And I would say every third person or so had a gimbal. So
Yep.
I would say it was more influencers and archivists who
No.
definitely were doing that barrel walk for posterity. Nikki B says hello to Nikki B, and Fred Ramirez, greetings to you.
So you can't really see, but the holes where it used to say Liberty Square Riverboat are kind of covered in. They took down all the signs yesterday of both sides and the wording, so it's not coming back, folks. Not that that was ever a thought.
I don't think anybody uh, paid attention, not like paid attention, but thought that.
No, but there were quite a few of the,
I know there were some
Save Mr. Toad
change.org
people.
movement. Yeah. Pile Adventures, welcome. He said there was close to 8 streamers on the final ride at once.
Oh, there
that.
were more than that. I was standing off to the dock, and I think 4 different people sent me videos of me videoing them going by. So Aunt Polly's Landing, I've seen some people out there in construction vests. Also, if you look across, I don't know if you can even see, but the lamps have been tagged with green tags, which, if I remember correctly, that means save the trees, not bulldoze them.
Yep.
Hopefully, the bulldoze driver is not colorblind. But one of the cutest things is down in the water, there's a mama duck with lots of little ducklings.
Nice.
Yeah, so
Now, does the water
that's
level lower at all?
not at all. Hasn't even
Okay.
changed. Yeah, that was one of the first things that I was looking at was, has any draining happened? No, I mean, it is probably lower because they did remove Liberty Bell along with the rafts. Oh, here's the random door. Mike and Sully have been here. This really should have painted this like booze door.
It's the most weirdest thing to sit right there.
Do we think that the whole perimeter here is going to be covered in wall?
At some point, I'm sure once they start to drain, I don't remember where we heard it, but this walkway is going to stay for at least, I would probably guess, till the end of summer, because Starlight Dream the Night Away kicks off just 13 days. 13 days. Wow.
Yeah.
And this will be needed to help with the traffic.
But we've seen the river drained in the past.
Yes.
But there were no walls when that happened. Granted, there was going to be a lot more construction happening as opposed to just draining the river. But
no, it'll be very interesting to see what the plan is for this. I pointed out the lamps over by Aunt Polly's, but you look at the grist mill, you can't really see again, but there are green tags on different props over there also. So I'm guessing that's what they're doing right now, is going through and tagging what they're going to pull off and what's just going to glow away forever.
Pyle, I would think that they might not drain the river till the walls are up. And then Fred wants to know, how was our Independence Day?
I was at Epcot watching Voice of Liberty all day, so mine was great.
I went to a friend's house and made some burgers on his grill, and we're calling that good. So
yeah, all the rafts are gone. There is no sign that there was ever any traffic on this river. The keel boats have been put away. The canoes are gone.
I mean, they put those in storage decades ago. So
actually, the canoes were left out to rot because they would be used every now and then for canoe races of the world, Crow, a cast member event, and they had to purchase new ones a few years ago because the old ones just pretty much rotted away, which is very sad because those were the old style. I never got to do the canoes here. I did the keel boats. I only did one of the two ships that were out here. I think by the time I came, Liberty Bell had already taken over the I don't even remember what the two ships were called.
One of them was the Richard F. Irvine.
And typing. There is one raft that went across that has a tool chest. It looks like maybe even a generator. So looks like they're going to start to do some work over there.
There was the Admiral Joe Fowler and the Richard F. Irvine. And I know at least Joe Fowler carried out to the ferry boat out front from the TTC. And then there was the Liberty Bell. I remember Richard F. Irvine being one because it's in the Follow Me to Walt Disney World special from like 1984, I believe it was. But yeah. And
there's
the goes for the Richard F. Irvine.
Arrest Humser Island. The sign was removed overnight. And look, Mike and Sully came over here. And now we are coming up to the Dola and the 8th note. Can you hear them at all?
Nope.
Okay, then we're not going to stop. You can go check out our video.
I heard a tuba beat right there. There's one note. Another.
Go check out our Tony will put a link in there about the video stuff. And then, of course, we have the Frontierland station, which is closed. The train
Tell us
is
about that. You've done the train already today.
Yes, the train is currently just going backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards. It starts at Main Street, and if you get on at Main Street, you actually go backwards to Storybook Circus or the Fantasyland station. And And the conductor has picked up a new experiment, and that experiment is 626. So Stitch joins the conductor on the train, and it's quite entertaining. We learned that Stitch really wants to blow the whistle, and we'll have that video up in a little while also. But then when you are going from Storybook Circus to Main Street, it's essentially the same ride as it was before. They tweaked the narration a little bit so it doesn't talk about a Grand Circle tour, and it was only a short trip, but they still have the Tron's sequence and the little normal hits. But it's
Cindy and Kurt ask, where did they put the Liberty Bell? I would not be surprised. I'm sure aspects of it have been saved, but I would not be surprised if they started scrapping that thing immediately, because I know that was a maintenance and refurbishment nightmare. That boat was. So.
Well, they just went through. It wasn't too long ago that they did a major refurbishment on it. So I don't know.
Like I said, I'm sure they saved some parts of it, but
yeah.
Even on Saturday, it would still have like spider webs and stuff in some corners, and
yeah, anyway. The chance of it being reused for anything are, I would say, just above a 0, maybe a 0.001. It can't go to Paris.
I saw some people make comments when they first announced it, like, oh, maybe they'll permanently dock it and turn it into a restaurant or something. And I'm like, well, it's too small for that unless you did like a snack stand. But even then,
that plan has failed now 3 times over. So
yeah, I saw somebody say something about going to Disneyland. I'm like, well, that river's already shortened and has 2 boats, so I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Folks in the comments are now saying maybe a restaurant at Disney Springs. They already have a paddle wheeling restaurant there.
Yeah, unless they find a reason to dock it in the new national park area of Frontierland, which I don't see happening, it's going to glow away forever. Speaking of glowing away forever, let's go to the Pirates League. Oh, there's the thunder.
I just heard it too.
So are we excited about the Peg Leg Pete plush shoulder?
Is that the official name now? What's going on?
Yes, I believe it was Disney Store did a post that the Peg Leg Pete that will the wording is very good. It's going to start to downpour any second now. They actually refer to it as in the attraction, which
interesting.
Yeah, but it is essentially the parrot that used to be at the entrance, or it used to be at the exit, then was at the entrance, and now is going to start to appear at Beacon Barrel.
Yeah. I'm about 6 miles from you, and it's very wet. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen to you in a minute.
Yeah, I can feel it. So let's see how far we can get before I need to duck in, and then we saw the river, so we saw the goal of today.
I kind of, if we could, head back towards Storybook Circus. I want to see one of the trains coming in backwards. Or one of the trains. There's only one right now because you can't have 2.
Yeah, it's just the Walt Disney.
I mean, that could change by the day. Sometimes, depending on situation, by the hour. But
they could definitely put on 2 with them backing up, but I don't think that that's going to happen for any reason.
Back in the day with the morning show that would take place, and it would pull up with all the characters and the family of the day.
Mm-hmm.
we would bring out that engine, which was the Lily Bell. We would bring that one out just for the show, and then it would come off the track, and then another one would replace it.
Let's walk this way. Yeah, you can tell it's starting to rain because this pathway is becoming more and more congested.
Real quick, we are live, so if you have comments, feel free to say hello like Sonia did. Hi, Sonia. What I didn't see over the weekend was long lines for a penny press, which was a little surprising. Did you get
Because
your
they don't
pennies,
have a penny press. Something I never knew existed that also shows how often I go to the Main Street station. They actually have train medallions.
Mm-hmm.
You can get all 4 for $20.
If it keeps raining like this, but there's thunder, so I don't know. But like today might be a rainy day cavalcade day, so just a heads up there. If there's thunder, it won't happen at all.
Yeah, I think I know it's pretty close to step off, so they'll be stressing right now. But with the thunder, and the thunder is pretty close. I haven't seen any lightning yet.
I definitely got an alert on my radar app that said there's been lightning within me, but I'm 6 miles away, so that wouldn't be determining for Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, this is going to be a whole other fun aspect for the draining and construction of the river. We are having a very wet season so far. Florida has been Florida all this past week. Oh, speaking of It's a Small World.
It hasn't been it's been wet, but it hasn't been like violent here.
No, the other day we had a very, very bad rainstorm to the point where things were definitely, and I don't mean this as a joke or anything in reference to another state, things were getting flooded in this area pretty badly. Yeah, so the old keelboat landing is walls up in front of it, so they're not even going to be using that as extended queue anymore.
That's interesting because they that was not used, so that's very curious.
Yeah.
Outside of queue space for Haunted Mansion, that had nothing to do with the riverboat or anything.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, what disappears the quickest. So we're heading into Fantasyland and right towards It's a Small World. Wasn't there some type of news about It's a Small World here today, Tony?
Yes, we also here in Florida are getting the last verse written by Richard Sherman, allegedly, as his gift to the Disney company after his passing. It was coming to Disneyland on July 17th as part of their 70th celebration and will now arrive here in Florida that same day. So,
one of the things that's really interesting, and I wrote this just like a week and a half ago to get the video that is part of our article. This isn't like California where the song is repeated so much. Here, it's more of just, the bass line goes. California, I feel like you hear the beginning and end of the song, so the last verse will definitely stand out more. But here, it's just kind of there's music playing.
yeah, I know, like in the Africa sections, it's here anyway. It's like the underliner, like you said. It's not like the lyrics. So yeah, we'll see how it plays here.
Okay, so far we're still light enough where I'm okay walking. It would be nice if I could make it to the circus, and then I
my map here and see which way it's.
I will just hide underneath the tent at Storybook Circus if I can make it there before this rain kicks in.
We can go see some close-up magic. Yeah, so the rain I had here is moving east, so it's not going to go to you because you are northwest of me. That said, actually, it looks like it's going to thin out and get lighter.
Here I would say it's just about to hit the point of me ducking and covering.
Not according to this radar. You're going from yellow to green on the radar.
Did the president one?
Anyway.
See, and for the past 4 days, I've been taking my umbrella with me every single day.
And
today was the first day.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, the gimbal is getting pretty wet right now, so we'll keep seeing how it goes.
Is Mine Train
running? I don't hear it, but then I'm on the wrong side right now. There is a nice line for it with people doing the share a poncho.
That was one of my favorite parades.
Mine was always the, hey, we're going to steal trash bags from the custodial part. And Mine Train is going. I don't know if there's anybody on it, but
I remember, like, okay, that engineer is in an odd spot. Anyway, sorry, I got distracted by that.
No, there's nobody on the Mine Train, and there is blue skies just over the hill, but
yeah. No, my favorite thing, and I saw this a lot when I worked in merchandise, was people asking for like the jumbo bags, and they would just pop the sides out and like a sleeveless vest almost. Okay.
No, I hate ponchos with a passion, but I am definitely not above a poncho. That being said, I will not use a trash bag or
a merchandise. Fun fact too, and I can vouch from personal experience, the dye or the ink on those bags runs when it gets wet. So if you're covering it up in your clothes, like I wasn't just saying that if I dealt with you a decade ago, I wasn't just saying that to make you buy a poncho. Like it will run. I've held a bag in my hands once in between sweat and rain, and my hand comes out looking like a Smurf. So.
Yes, many times. Mostly in California, I think, because here, since I'd always be on vacation, I would wait till the end of the day to buy the merch, as you always should, unless it's something you haven't seen that day and probably will never see again. Just for the record, Casey Jr.'s is not squirting. Goofy's is down. Dumbo is down. Also, something that I learned the other day, a child's poncho, this wasn't personal experience. It was enjoyable watching it happen, but I didn't do it personally. A child's poncho is not designed for an adult. Oh, the gate's down. Train is not moving.
Yeah, if there's lightning, then it's not going to go either.
Okay, let's see if we can make it through the circuit.
On Saturday, I discovered I didn't realize that wall had been replaced. The Tron ad with the Storybook Circus design. I didn't realize that until I did my last circle tours on Saturday.
That's been many moons.
It's been a while, but that shows you how long it's been since I rode the train.
Yeah.
So
No, I got a message asking about if I had done the train, a full circuit on the train before it closed, and I realized I hadn't, as far as recording it goes. And then I remembered, oh yes, we have one from the opening day. Okay, so we're gonna come in here and try to avoid getting hit by.
You blended in too much. I was like,
Welcome in. Stay dry.
all right, so people, do you get a hula hoop yet? Finally, Vince out right there. All right,
I
you
can
ready?
hear that guy.
All right,
pretty
the three people, everybody else got a it's still, you're still.
So I'm sitting right next to the
Who becomes the winner of
cornhole games and such.
Here at Walt Disney World, we're all kids. All right, so we're all kids. All right, so here we go.
You know,
On
I
the
just
count of
realized
three.
I never
One.
put this up. Sorry, everybody. But follow us on X and Instagram for regular updates at laughing_place. Jeremiah, you're standing here for a few minutes, or are we going to get up and
I think
Or
I'm
you- or
down
you
here
want-
for a little bit. Yeah, it's just getting
Okay.
worse and out there. So I think we may be doing another half-hour one, sadly, this time.
1, 2,
All right.
3.
Well, stay tuned later. You'll see Jeremiah again during Disney Parks Talk Live at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. Tomorrow we'll be back with the morning show. Remember, the best way to get notified of all this content is to like, subscribe, and ring that bell. So long, everybody.
We're going to be here.